Alright. So, where was we? About to introduce numero 3. That was not planned, it was an accident, but it worked. Arguably the best one. Why? Because they ditched they bailed on the bigger is better. Yes! And they introduced the most badass character possible, the Nemesis. Amazing! They had dogs. They had, like, giant cockroach creatures. That's fine. They have the spiders, the crows, the zombies, the Nemesis, the Nemesis, the Nemesis, the Nemesis, the Nemesis. And every single time you kill the Nemesis, or you think you do, guess what? No, you did not! Because then all of a sudden, oh, he busts through the door, except this time he's got a rocket launcher with him. Oh, shit! And you have to actually make choices, Jared. Get that. It's a reference. I'll talk about that some other time. But, oh god, it was just so damn good, and it culminated with yet another paradox, because as we will see when I get to Resident Evil, obviously, spoiler alert, people, if you haven't seen it, look the other way. Doesn't mean you can't hear them. Doesn't matter. But if you're playing the Jill scenario in 1, and you fall down the hole, and Barry drops the rope, accidentally on purpose, who knows, there's also a gravestone in there. If you interact with that, you have a chance to leave. Now you have a choice. Wait for Barry to come back with another rope, or go into the grave thing that you just opened up. Now, if you wait for him to bring you another rope, he will live at the end of the game. Instead of him turning on you... Wait. I'm having a brain fart here. So, wait, did that... How that... It's been a minute since I've played it. We're live. Hurry up and do this. Well, kind of live. Shh. Stop pulling out my foils. Pointing out. Where's the guy on the couch when you need him? Anyway, excuse me. Now, there's a scenario where Barry lives, and if you leave, Barry dies. So it's like, okay, if you played the scenario where Barry dies, and there's a possible scenario on which choices you pick in the third one, there's a chance Barry might rescue you in a helicopter. It's like, what was this? He died, but now he's, whatever. I'm not going to shit on it. The game was unbelievably great, and then it culminated with Raccoon City blowing up, being literally wiped off the map. It should have stopped there, but time to go out of order a little bit, because I don't know in which order the next ones came, but I'm going to go through them through my perspective. Then they came out with Resident Evil 0. I didn't play it until much, much later, like 3 years ago. And I don't know when it came out, but I heard what people talk about. They're like, it's good. It's like, obviously, it's a prequel to 1. It's like, it's good, but it's not great. It's like, okay, well, are there zombies? Yes. Is it Raccoon City? Duh. And you figure out more about who Rebecca Chambers is and what the hell she's gone through. Now, another paradox thing, and this is a dangerous thing when you want to do prequels. You have the story of the first one. Okay, grand. They build on it. They build on it again. They're like, okay, well, here's what happened before all this shit. You know, we all got, you know, we were introduced to why the guy was sitting on the toilet. We don't know what made him get there. So, as we're playing it, like, this huge story unfolds, and you're like, why doesn't she, you know, talk about Chris? Why doesn't she mention any of what happened in 0 to Chris in 1? If you've played Resident Evil 0, that shit is definitely worth mentioning, but she just... Hat was supposed to come off. It didn't, though. I know. Whew, man, the wind in this room is great. Oh my god. So... It was when I played it, you know, it was the concept of, okay, teamwork. You can't do everything with just Rebecca. You can't do everything with just Billy. It's like, okay, I can't do this. Tag, you're in. Like, okay, good. I'll do this. Oh, can't do this. Ted, you're in. He's like, oh shit, my backpack's full. Here you go. Here, stick this in your purse. Oh, my purse is full. Here, stick this in your ass. It was like, oh, well, I need that. So that's what that was. And then when I gave it a first shot when I was playing all the Resident Evils before I did the war. It came with the HD remake of 1, along with, HD remake of 0. It came in the same bundle off PlayStation Network. So I'm like, okay, fine. HD remake of 1 is just fucking orgasmic. I would kill for them to do the same thing with 2 and 3, especially 3. Please and thank you. Once I played it at first, I'm like, I don't like this shit. This is boring. It's dumb. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm liking it. I ended up getting a platinum trophy on it. I'm like, this was pretty fucking good. I loved it. Thank you. So, then there was Resident Evil Code Veronica. That's an acquired taste. You either like it or you don't. You're not in Raccoon City anymore, because it's gone. You're playing as Claire because she's trying to find Chris, then gets arrested, and then she's on this island where shit goes wrong, and then goes from there. There are zombies, there are dogs, there are crows, there are hunters, aka gremlins. Wesker is not dead. He is a badass. And he's mechanically gifted and juiced up somehow. The fucker literally jumped 100 feet in the air. And then, once you get to a certain point, the only downside about it is you were literally all over the place. You start the game on an island. Now, all of a sudden, oh, we're in, Antarctica. At the end of the game, you find out you're going to Australia. It was like, what's happening here? What? I started this game 3 hours ago. I was on this side of the planet. Now I'm over there. What? So, he's like, okay, well, fine. But then the whole Chris and Claire coming together, playing as both of them, that was cool. Seeing the feud between Wesker and Chris Redfield, building and becoming more and more intense and more personal, that was beautiful. I love me some Wesker. So, it was good. Steve Birkins, or whatever the hell his last name is, I don't know, annoyed the shit out of me. He was the hope of Resident Evil, and God, that's awful. Can't rag on Hope enough. Sucks. Worst character ever. But I said it was good. They didn't really implicate the bigger is better thing, but they didn't need to. Resident Evil 0, they did the bigger is better thing, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's like, can you stop with this shit? And then there was Resident Evil Outbreak. It's like, I gave it a try. It was zombies, but it was like The Walking Dead kind of. It was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't. There was Resident Evil Outbreak 2. It was like, nope. I didn't like the first one. Didn't like the second one. There's Revelations 1. Again, bigger is better. You're playing as Jill and some guy. And it was alright. Boss was hard as shit. But, it was good. Revelations 2, haven't played it yet. Will on the first playthrough of the channel. Smashing success with 7. So I have nothing to say about that one because I haven't played it yet, but I will. Now, then of course there's, like I said, the HD remake of 1 was just beautiful. I have the platinum trophy on that, including beating the game on invisible mode and knife only mode, which was just, but it was good though. It made you want to do it. So, no, let's get to where it loses its gusto. So then, there's Resident Evil 4, and it was like, okay, hey, you're Leon Kennedy, sweet, where are the zombies? Where are the zombies? 10 minutes into the game. Where are the zombies? Half hour. Is there a zombie over there? Nope. 2 hours into it. Well, is that a zombie? Nope, that was my stomach growling. I have not eaten since yesterday. 3 hours into it. At the end of the game, for fuck's sake. It's like, finally a zombie. Nope, somebody's having sex. Where are the zombies? There are no zombies in Resident Evil 4. It's like, what? And then all of a sudden, they start speaking. They're infected with a virus, a parasite. And then when they see you, they're like, pickle dick, which is kind of like they're calling you a pickle dick, which pisses me off because A, I don't like pickles, and B, fuck you. Um, it's like, what is this shit? And they attack you back with weapons. One wields a chainsaw, awful. Later on, those hooded goons fucking shoot crossbow bolts that are on fire at you. It's like, no. And then the president's daughter is literally trying to hit on you throughout the entire thing, and at the end of it, she goes, "I'm going to be 18 in like 3 months." Like, no. Wrong. So then, of course, obviously, it's Leon Kennedy. In comes Ada Wong. In the second one, she was good, she was great, she was hot, she was yes. But then all of a sudden, I trust her. Then what happens? She stabs you in the back. Great. Then in the fourth one, hey, there's Ada. Hey, I'm still mad at you for screwing me over before and ditching me after helping me. Okay, well, sorry about that. I'll help you out. Thank you, I appreciate that. Don't screw me over. I won't. What happens at the end of the game? She screws you over. Big fucking shocker. So then they started getting really carried away with the bigger is better. Like El Gigante. Here's a picture of him. See? He was big. He's gigantic, right? Then they had, like, the gigantic fish in the lake, in the pond thing. Told you. Then they had the big bald guy that, like, split into two, and, oh, there's his spine. It looks like a fucking piranha plant from Super Mario Brothers. Okay, good. And then, like, the Salazar little fucking kid thingamashit ends up turning into, like, this big, hulking, massive fuck. And then comes the end of the game where you're fighting the main bad guy, and he turns into, like, this big spider creature. It's like, what is this shit? What? No. Stop. Please don't do it. And then Resident Evil 5 came out. It's like, oh, you're playing Chris Redfield. Oh, thank God. There's Wesker. If there's a Redfield, there's a Wesker. So, oh yes, I was right. And he is so much more badass than he was in the previous games. And guess what? He found himself a girlfriend. Good for him. Glad he found the time for it. Now, throughout the entire game, you're forced to believe that Jill is dead. And at the end of the game, you find out Jill is not dead. Jill is, in fact, the hooded girlfriend to which Wesker is now controlling because of, like, a ruby thingy on her chest that you have to shoot off and pull off, and wow. And, oh, by the way, Jill is blonde now. When the hell did we get that moment? And by the way, why does Chris Redfield not look like Chris Redfield at all from the first one? Now he's like this big, hulking, massive, fucking roided out, veined up bastard child of Mark Wahlberg and John Cena. And he punches boulders. I'm not kidding. And all of a sudden, like, you know, okay, they got another El Gigante. Except this time, guess what? You're in Africa, and in the first level of the fucking game, if you have the ammunition for it, there is literally a town full of African Americans who are coming at you, and you are gunning them fucking down. It was like, I kind of feel guilty for playing this. I want to stop and hide myself, so here we go. I don't want to be seen in public. That's not happening anymore. So, you get through that, and then all of a sudden, Wesker... Oh... The woman that he's with, not Jill, the other one, she becomes like this big, massive fucking thing and becomes the size of a fucking tanker ship. And it was like, okie doke. I hope I'm not misconstruing games here or mixing them up. Probably it's possible. I'm an idiot. And then all of a sudden, you're at the end of the game, you're fighting Wesker, And, alright, here's some shit. Fight scene with Wesker. Great. Cutscene. I have enough time to go take a massive shit. I come back there fighting in a fucking volcano. It's like, when the fuck did we stop playing Resident Evil 5 and start watching Star Wars Episode 3 where they're fighting in fucking lava? It's like, what the hell? And now Wesker is like, oh, the Plagueis or whatever the fuck was in 5. He was like, yes, it's bonding with me. I'm becoming this thing. Fuck you, Chris Redfield. And then he becomes like, has this big metallic fucking thing. And guess what? Again, Chris comes back to punching the boulder. And then Wesker ends up waist deep in lava. And he's like, I'm still not dead, bitches. And then what happens? Chris and whatever the fuck her name is decide to bust out dual fucking rocket launchers. And at the same time, dual shot 2 rockets right at Wesker when he's waist deep in fucking lava. And they hit him in the face. Wesker is dead. So is my heart. So we're gonna end this episode on that note. And we're gonna get into the massive fucking upset that was Resident Evil 6. So everybody, I'll be back shortly. Till then, you all stay classy.